Doing on this lovely Thanksgiving evening? This is Mike in the house, and I wanted to come on here because today is Thanksgiving, and I wanted to just do like a Thanksgiving Q&A and all that good stuff, just chopping it up. So if you guys have any questions, comments, and all that stuff like that, please feel free to ask. I want to know, like, how is you guys' Thanksgiving? I'm not gonna hold you. My Thanksgiving, I'm not gonna hold you, has been kind of like boring as hell. I'm not gonna hold you, and the reason why I say that is because, honestly, I'm just spending it alone, which I know that's fucking sad. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, one, I'm broke as hell. Two, I'm spending it alone. But the good news is that tomorrow I am gonna have a Friendsgiving. So, the day after Thanksgiving, day after tomorrow, I'm gonna have like a Friendsgiving type of thing. You know what I mean? Nate, what's going on? Actually, no, you're not late. Actually, you're actually on time because I wanted to start this at 5:30. So I was about 1 minute late. I ain't gonna hold you. So Um, yeah, Nathan, how's your Thanksgiving? How are you doing? Shout out to my boy Nate. Nathan. You like to be called Nathan or Nate? Shout out to my boy Nathan. He's been rocking with me since day one. He was on my old channel, you know what I mean, and very very loyal supporter. You know what I mean? Like very loyal subscriber. You know what I'm saying? He was with me with on my old channel, and then now he's on with me on this new channel, and you know 2023 has been, oh my god, 2023 has been weird. It's just been crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like um it's just been so crazy. One thing after it's just one thing after another. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you're doing good, bro. You like to be called Nate? Okay, okay. All right, so all right, Nate, it is. Um, yeah, man. You don't normally celebrate Thanksgiving, but I'm always thankful for my family. Yeah, I hear you. And see, with me, like the holidays to me, they don't mean much to me anymore. You know what I mean? And maybe because I'm single, maybe because I don't really have close family here, you know what I'm saying? Like I got family from um California, I got family from Memphis, Tennessee. You know what I mean? And like my mom is like the closest thing, and she's not here, so it's like, well, what's the point of that? You know what I mean? I mean, I got invited to Halloween, I'm not Halloween, a Thanksgiving gathering, but it's like, yeah, no. No, it's just, I don't know. Sometimes, like, when you get invited to certain things, like, you feel kind of out of place. So it's like, well, it's just best at this point, I just stay on home. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, to be honest with you, Thanksgiving and Christmas really don't really mean shit to me. I mean, maybe if I had like a wife and kid, maybe it'll be different. Who knows? Or maybe if I have family to actually celebrate with, who knows? It might be a little different. But other than that, it's just now, and you know what? And I feel like a lot of people are not really celebrating too much of, Thanksgiving and Christmas, because shit's just too damn high. You know what I'm saying? And it's just sad because it's like, well, we sitting up here and people are struggling to like make ends meet and all that shit. And trust me, I know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a walking human example of that. You know what I'm saying? And ever since I got this new place, ever since then, it's like it's just been a struggle after another. You know what I mean? It's like struggling to pay bills, struggling to keep food in the house, struggling to do this and that, and it's just, man, it's like I wish apartments and like all that other stuff, have like Black Friday deals. So you can only pay half your rent this time. You know what I'm saying? That would be lovely. You know what I mean? That would be so lovely right now. You know what I'm saying? But doesn't work that way. Bill collectors, they don't, they just want their money. You know what I'm saying? So that's how they stay in business, quote unquote. So yeah, like I said, if you have any questions, like comments and stuff like that, let's just chop it up. You know what I'm saying? Let's just chop it up real fast. You know what I'm saying? So, um, there's gonna be some changes coming on coming on this channel. Okay, so as most of you guys know, that Best Buy, they're gonna be X-naying physical media. I believe it would be January or February. You know what I'm saying? So it would be no more Best Buy exclusives. It would be no more physical media, and you can't even do it. You can't even buy physical media on the website anymore. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe like probably I would say like maybe the first couple of weeks after they stop physical media, they might still do online stuff. But other than that, I don't think that's even gonna last long. Um, so right now, it's gonna that's a slight change because I already put a couple of Best Buy out and about videos on my on this channel. So it's like and you know what? Don't get me wrong. I've been doing it. I've been doing it for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been doing it all this year. But it's just unfortunate because it's like, well, this is where I get most of my views from. It's those Best Buy videos. But we still have Walmart. Hopefully, Walmart will take over as far as like Walmart exclusives, which they've been kind of doing. You know what I'm saying? They've been kind of doing like, um, what was it? I think it was Oppenheimer, if I'm not mistaken. Oppenheimer, I think, had like a Walmart exclusive, if I'm not mistaken. And I hope because Walmart is very, not Walmart, Best Buy is very infamous for doing like Lionsgate, carrying like Lionsgate steel books, and it's Best Buy exclusive. You know what I mean? And once again, and I can't stress this enough, Lionsgate has been killing it with the steelbook game. You know what I mean? So for prime example, Fall, like this is easily like out of print right now. And I'm not gonna hold you. I am selling this. I am parting ways with this one. This is brand new and never been open. And if you go on my eBay page, I just posted it on eBay. So yeah, this is out of print. It's going for some money right now. So yeah, like Best Buy exclusives, they're even going away. Hopefully, Walmart we get like a Walmart exclusive 4K steelbook of the upcoming releases that's gonna be coming up pretty soon here. Um, Nathan says I saw your video on 4K releases on Aliens, Abyss, and True Lies. It's about thank you. Yes, it's about. Let me tell you something. We've been praying for now. Aliens. Okay, aliens. I don't. I didn't really particularly care about too much. because they already had like a 4K. I mean, they already had like a Blu-ray. Like, I believe it's The Abyss and Aliens, if I'm not mistaken. Um, has been have had a Blu-ray release, but True Lies has never been on DVD, never been on Blu-ray. It's been on DVD for the longest time, and I'm so glad that True Lies is finally getting a 4K release. Finally, 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 I'm so happy about that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's something that we've all been dreaming about. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad all three of those. I'm glad James Cameron's about time that it. You know what I'm saying? Like James Cameron. I mean, it's about time. I mean, you released the Titanic. If we could get Titanic, can we get The Abyss? Can we get True Lies? Can we get Aliens? I mean, we got Alien on 4K, but not Aliens. You know what I'm saying? So my audio is breaking. Okay, can you hear me? Is it breaking now? I feel like I might have moved my phone. So Nathan, if you could comment and if you can hear me loud and clear, please comment on the comment section below. The Abyss and True Lies has never been on HD media. Yeah, no, it hasn't. I had The Abyss. I believe I had it on. I had it on DVD, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I had it on DVD. But True Lies, though, like they just stopped right there, and that was a hit. You know what I mean? Like that show. I mean, that movie was like a hit. True Lies, and it got Jamie Lee Curtis like a critically acclaimed. You know what I'm saying? Like I think she got a Golden Globe nomination for that. But yeah, True Lies to me is one of the best movies I think of the '90s in my opinion. Um, The Abyss though, The Abyss. I know it has some problems with the production. And then another fun fact is that that was the movie that when Michael Biehn he played a bad guy, they was they was trying to get him. They was trying to send like his acting reel to the Academy. They was trying to get him to get an Oscar nomination. Believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? Like they were campaigning so bad to get him the best supporting actor Oscar nomination since he played a bad guy. Now, don't get me wrong, I ain't got nothing against Michael Biehn. I think he's a fine actor. He's been in some hits. He's been in The Terminator, and he's been in some other good stuff. But an Oscar nomination for The Abyss? I don't know. I mean, he did such a wonderful job, and he was convincing. You know what I mean? He. I wouldn't go as far as like he's menacing, but at the same time, like Michael Biehn is like he's a fine actor. I think between him and Lance Henriksen back then, and even I even say what is his name? And he passed away too. He was also on Aliens. He was in a lot of stuff. Um, but if I could think of his name, I'll get back to it. But I think between Michael Biehn and Lance Henriksen, I think they both underrated as actors. Um, I am going to take a brief commercial break. I will be right back. Bill Paxton, thank you. Bill Paxton. And Bill Paxton, I feel like he's always been underrated. You know what I'm saying? And don't you know what? I'm gonna tell you something about Bill Paxton. He's always been the supporting character. He was in a movie called One False Move, which he could be a leading man. You know what I mean? He was very good in that too. Um, he's been in some hits. You know what I'm saying? Um, and he's rest in peace to Bill Paxton. I always thought he was underrated as an actor. You know what I'm saying? Between him, like I said, Lance Henriksen and Michael Biehn, I think all three of them are very underrated. You know what I'm saying? And Lance Henriksen, I would like to see him in. Now, he did a movie. It was directed by Viggo Mortensen, which he was a shoe-in for an Oscar nomination. I thought for sure he was going to be nominated. Now we know who Lance Henriksen is. I don't think Lance Henriksen got much exposure as he's supposed to. You know what I mean? Bill Paxton, he got exposure too. I don't think he got as much. Michael Biehn, he didn't get as much exposure. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, and I could say the same for Mickey Rourke. You know what I mean? And back in the 80s, Mickey Rourke was supposed to be the next Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, but it didn't work out that way. His ego, and he was difficult to work with on the set. That's what caused him to. Did it cost his career? I mean, the choices of movies he's done. But as you can see back in the 80s, Mickey Rourke, he did a lot. He did plenty of three-star movies. You know what I'm saying? Um, Dinah, that was a very good movie. That Dinah was like a male version of The Big Chill, kind of, sort of. Rumble Fish, I thought that was a pretty fine movie. He was great in that. The Year of the Dragon, I loved him in that. I thought he was great in that. Angel Heart, I thought he was great in that. You know what I mean? Like, he's been great. Even the Pope of Greenwich Village, I thought he was great in that. You know what I'm saying? But Mickey Rourke, once the nights hit, I mean, Marlboro with Harley Davidson and Marlboro Man, I mean, that I thought was good. But I didn't think it was that great. But it's a guilty pleasure. You know what I'm saying? And it had like plenty of actors in that movie. There's a movie, excuse me, there was a movie that I saw yesterday. It was a movie called Moon 44. And it came out in 1990, and it starred Michael Pere, Dean Devlin. And for those of you who don't know who Dean Devlin is, he's the uh, executive producer, director of movies like Independence Day. He was in God, he produced Godzilla. He's usually collaborating with Roland Emmerich, and Moon 44 was Roland Emmerich. I think that was one of his first films. And Dean Devlin, he was an actor in Moon 44. Now, do I think he's a fine actor? I think he can act to a degree. To a degree, I think he can act. Um, but Dean Devlin as an actor didn't get exposure, but Dean Devlin as a producer director, he got enough. You know what I'm saying? And Moon 44 is not one of those well known movies. You know what I mean? Okay, so Nate, you know who I'm talking about. I love Mike. Now Michael Pere is another one who did. Oh my God! When I tell you now, he did two movies that received pretty well. I mean, he did a movie called Eddie and the Cruisers, which I thought he that should have made him a big star, but it's a forgotten gem. And then Streets of Fire, which that was I think one of Walter Hill's finest works, besides 48 Hours. Moon 44, I actually liked, and I like sci-fi. You know what I'm saying? And it's a sci-fi action. It's not like a Top Gun ripoff. You know what I mean? And what's his name was also in it too. Brian Thompson, who was in Cobra, which Brian Thompson, that was another one who should have got more exposure because he could do both bad guys and good guys. You know what I'm saying? And you're right. Streets of Fire should have set him up because because when you think about Walter Hill, who directed Streets of Fire, now Walter Hill directed 48 Hours. That set Eddie Murphy up. And that was Eddie Murphy's first film debut. Streets of Fire, that should have set up Michael Pere. But once after Streets of Fire, Michael Pere went down automatically. You know what I mean? Like it didn't it should have set him up, but it did not. Because Streets of Fire, it failed at the box office. I don't know how. And you had a lot of talent in it. You had Bill Paxton. You had Diane Lane, which to me, I didn't think she could act at the time. She's a good actress now, but back then, I didn't think she could act at all. Amy Madigan, which that's another actress who's underrated. Rick Moranis, she was great in that. You know what I'm saying? You had good actors. Even Robert Townsend was in that movie. But you would think it was set on Michael Paré here. But instead, when it didn't do well at the box office, he was just here. And then when he did movies like Instant Justice, Space Race, that was it. Who was Michael Paré? You know what I'm saying? Like I like Michael Pere. He should have been more bigger, and he should have got more exposure. He was in the Greatest American Hero too, with William Catt back in the early '80s. You know what I'm saying? So Into the Sun, that was the one with Anthony Michael Hall. Now that one was pretty good because to me that one was more comical. You know what I'm saying? And Anthony Michael Hall, I'm gonna tell you something about him. He was up here with the Brat Pack. You know what I'm saying? And then once the late '80s came, he did a movie called Johnny Be Good. He did a movie called Upworld, Down. He did a movie called Edward Scissorhands as a supporting character. Okay, here we go. And then Into the Sun and back down. And it's just he didn't really recuperate until um that one show he did, the Dead Zone. Okay, brought him back up. And then after that, that was it. You know what I'm saying? And Anthony Michael Hall, he's also difficult to work with too. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen plenty of Anthony Michael Hall movies. And he's a fine actor. Don't get me wrong. I love him as an actor. You know what I'm saying? Um, Streets of Fire, yes, that was a different genre because not only it was action, it was comedy, it was drama, it was a rock and roll fable, it was a musical, it was a satire. And that's something that's a little different from Walter Hill. Because if you go back to Walter Hill, he did movies like Hard Times with Charles Bronson, which that was one of Charles Bronson's best movies next to Death Wish. underrated movie, but one of his best movies in my opinion. He did Walter Hill did a movie called, I believe it was uh it wasn't something Southern Comfort. It was the Long Riders. The Long Riders. And that was a Western. He did Warriors. You know what I mean? Like he did different types of movies, kind of. And he also did Extreme Prejudice with Nick Nolte. And that was a Western slash crime thriller. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about Walter Hill is that he directs not only good fight scenes, but he has that in his movies. You have that music, like 48 Hours, like that Caribbean like type music that's going on. You know what I'm saying? And I need to rewatch Extreme Prejudice. I need to rewatch that. And it had a good cast too. And it had Powers Booth, which I think that's another underrated actor. What is his name? He played Lamar in Revenge of the Nerds. Larry B. Scott. That's another one. That's another one. That's another actor who didn't get that much exposure after the Revenge of the Nerds. So Walter Hill made some classics. You know what I'm saying? He made some good movies. You know, his movies are good. There's a movie that I didn't really care for, and he directed. It was a movie called Johnny Handsome with Mickey Rourke. I didn't really care for that one, but if I go back and watch it, maybe I might care for it a little bit more. Maybe, I don't know, but I don't know. Extreme Prejudice. Like I said, I definitely need to rewatch that. Because I have it, and that came out um in the Vestron collection. It's on Blu-ray, so it came out on the Vestron series, because it was a Vestron movie, and that was before they ran out of money and closed for business. And Vestron Pictures, they had some good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Um, it was a couple movies I could think of was really good. Um, a movie called Midnight Crossing with Kim Cattrall and J. Travanti. In case you don't know who he is, he was in not Saint Elsewhere, but he was in Hill Street Blues. He was in Hill Street Blues. And another movie, it was a movie called The Beat, which that was a pretty solid movie. But yeah, another movie was solid was a movie called China Girl, and notably David Caruso was in that one. So yeah, yeah, Extreme Prejudice. I'm gonna have to definitely watch that, and it's a fine movie. Not gonna hold you, but yeah, I can go all day about actors and their careers and stuff like that. So let's see, we had like a half hour here already. Um, if there's any questions that you guys need to ask, or any comments and stuff, please feel free to ask. um how was you guys' Thanksgiving? Like, did you guys do anything special? Did you guys do anything? And better yet, what are you guys doing for Christmas? Me personally, I think I'm doing the same thing I'm doing now, just sitting and chilling. I think that's what I'm gonna do right now. I think as far as Christmas is concerned, like I said, Christmas and Thanksgiving to me, they don't really mean much to me. You know what I'm saying? And maybe because I don't have a spouse or girlfriend or you know even family, that close family that is. But I don't know. Maybe it would over time. Maybe it will change. Who knows? And no, I have not gone anywhere. Um, the reason why I'm turning my camera like on and off, kind of, sort of, is just because I'm kind of doing something, and I don't want people to know, what I'm doing. No, and it's not. I'm not doing anything illegal. No, so yeah, you get your mind out of the gutter. No. Nathan says my plan for Christmas is to relax, to have a relaxing time with family and my nieces and nephews, with a nice relaxing lunch. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. So, Nate, let me ask you a question. What is it like where you're staying at? Like, is it? Have you ever came across the United States? And if you did, what is the difference? Like, what is the is it like different? Where you at? Because I feel like I don't know. Like, I feel like you I feel like, honestly, like, where you at, I feel like it's better for some reason. I don't know why, but I would say this though about Michigan. Michigan sucks. Michigan sucks ass right now, because you know why Michigan sucks ass? Simple, because Michigan it just sucks, because it's like it's nothing to do here. I don't have any, I don't have much to do. You know what I mean? Like, if I wanted to, I can go to a casino. I can go to a casino right now if I wanted to, but at the same time, well, how can I go to a casino with no money? You know what I mean? But I don't know. Like, it's not much to do. It's just you do the same shit. You talk to the same people, and then it's just like you just get bored and restless. You know what I mean? Um, you never been to the United States? I ain't gonna hold you. You're not missing too much right now. I do want to visit Australia. I've heard some things about Australia. I like to visit other countries. And you say you in Sydney, Austria. Okay. Honestly, I want to visit Australia. I've heard things about it, and I don't mind visiting other countries, because I want to see, like, I want to know what the culture is like. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, United States. It's like, yeah, you get like different cultures and like different, like, dialects. People talk different. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, at the same time, like, I want to visit other countries. You know what I mean? Like, Australia is one. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite actresses. I think she's from Australia. Oh God, what is her name? Toni Collette. I think she's from Australia, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't know that. because when I saw her in The Sixth Sense, I'm like, I thought she was just a regular American, and then I'm like, well, she's from Australia. I'm like, what? And then once I saw her interviews, and then I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But then, at the same time, it's like I like Tony Collette. You know what I mean? I love her. I'm not gonna hold you. I love Australian women. I love them. You know what I mean? I love a woman that has an accent, like an Australian and like British accent. I love it. You know what I mean? I don't know why. It's just so unique. You know what I'm saying? So I've never been to New Zealand, and that's another one I want to go to is New Zealand. There's plenty of countries and plenty of other like places that I want to go to, but I swear if I won the lottery, I would be definitely, and I mean definitely be traveling all over the world. Watch Muriel's Wedding is an early Tony Collette comedy. I've heard good things about that movie. I do want to see it though. When I associate with Tony Collette, I always associate with her in The Sixth Sense because I think that was my first introduction to her. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Muriel's Wedding, I heard nothing but good things about. I didn't know she really acted that far out. I think that was Muriel's Wedding. That was what, 94, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't know. It's just I love. Like I love women in like different countries for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know. It's just that's just me right now. So, um, there was a movie that I actually liked. It was a movie called Crocodile Dundee, which that came out in like '86. I actually liked that movie. Actually, I think that was like one of the funniest movies of the '80s. It was one of the funnest movies of the '80s. I would say that was a very good movie. Oh, Alba's in the soundtrack. Yeah, I've heard of Alba. Yeah, Mario's Wedding is in a night. Yeah, a '90s movie. Yeah, I think it was '90. Don't quote me on it, but I think it was like '94. I know it was like early to mid '90s. Um, I think, I think so. But yeah, ABBA. I like ABBA. ABBA, they good. That's a good group, good singers and stuff like that. Um, so as you all know, now I read in an article somewhere that they're interested in bringing back Nev Campbell and then adding on Patrick Dempsey to the Scream Seven. That's their dream right now. They kind of sort of trying to get them on board. Um, if you watch the movie Thanksgiving and you're associated with Patrick Dempsey, that's all I'm gonna say because I'm not revealing anything else. I saw that movie. Um, I loved it. It had a twist towards the end, but I loved it. You know what I'm saying? I love that movie. And Patrick Dempsey in that, I thought he was great in that. I thought that was one of his best performances. And I think Patrick Dempsey, I think another one who, well, he was underrated for the longest time until he went on to do Dr. McDreamy on Grey's Anatomy. Um, yeah, when he was in Thanksgiving, I thought he was great in that. He was very solid in that. Yeah, so it did come out in '94. Okay, good. All right, yeah, I kind of figured. Like, I don't know how. Like, here's the thing with me is that if you give me a title, I could tell you when the movie came out. I could tell you who's in it. I could tell you, in some cases, I could tell you did it get awards or not. So yeah, that's just me. Like, people call me, "Oh, you're a human IMDb." I was like, I wouldn't go that far. Wouldn't go that far ahead. So we're about 41 minutes in. So if you guys have any questions, you guys have any comments and stuff like that, now is the time to ask right now. And the reason why I keep turning my camera and stuff like that is, like I said, simply because sometimes I hate showing the fact that, if I'm drinking some water or, drinking some juice or whatnot, I hate showing it on on screen sometimes, you know what I'm saying? All right, so this is what's coming up on this channel. All right, so this is my plan, what I got coming up. So this Saturday, I'm going on a channel. I'm collaborating with Dat with the D, That Ain't Rap podcast. We're gonna discuss um Survivor Series. Shout out to Triborough, one of the hardest working men on YouTube. He's in That Ain't Rap podcast. He's also on other platforms, 80s, 90s. He's also on Instagram, doing his own thing. He's really one of the best hip hop heads, and on YouTube, he knows his stuff. He's the person who tells it like it is. He's gonna hurt your feelings. Yeah, definitely shout out to Try. Definitely shout out to Reg too as well. Subscribe to Reg Reviews. One of another hardest working man on YouTube. They do both collaborate with each other every single time they come on, stuff like that. Um, Reg, I've collaborated with him last night, doing the Amen TV series. That was kind of I wasn't gonna do it, but then I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. That was kind of like unexpected in a way. I had a lot of fun there and stuff like that. Shout out to Rayshawn Butler, who I've been collaborating with music. Um, yeah, with Sean Lamar Butler, I've been collaborating him with music. We did Debbie Gibson last week, and this week I think we're gonna do a double review on Billy Joe. That's coming up this Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely shout out to him. Shout out to Eric Johnson. Eric Johnson, 1994. He has shown up on my channel a few times. I don't think he's shown up on my new channel yet, but I know when I had my old channel, he showed up. Um, definitely, definitely dope YouTuber and stuff like that. Um, definitely, definitely subscribe to him. So yeah, subscribe to those people. Those are the people that I collaborate with. At most, that's a total like four people, and I don't collaborate with many people. You know what I'm saying? But I'll collaborate with them, and as the lower end channels, like as the lower channels, we gotta give each other. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta give each other like but not. I'm not saying with, but I'm saying respect. But we definitely gotta give each other support and all that good stuff. And I'm seeing all these bigger channels, and I'm like, how did you get all those? How did you get all those subscribers? I just want to know. Like, I'm curious. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, ugh. And it's like, and it's like, at this point, you have to stand out. You know what I'm saying? You definitely have to stand out on YouTube, for people to come on. And right now, I got 200 some odd subscribers. You know what I'm saying? And the subscribers keep coming. You know what I mean? I actually posted two Best Buy videos, and they've been getting over 100 views, and it's like, okay, where's this coming from? And then I posted shorts, and it's like, okay, where's these subscribers come from? You know what I mean? So yeah, like anybody can do it and all that good stuff. I'm trying to get all my main subscribers, back since day one. I feel almost complete. You know what I'm saying? Like I have Nathan, who's since day one has been rocking with me. Since day one. So shout out to Nathan, um, Sam. Since day one as well. Q Smooth. Since day one. Those are my day one peoples. And Macaroni Tony, I still have to find him. So I'm gonna try to find him, and yeah, who knows? Um, Another person who I'm missing right now is Ronnie. I don't know where Ronnie is. Ronnie, he just came and went, like he disappeared, and I hope Ronnie's okay. He's probably getting off of social media. Maybe he's going through something. So, Ronnie, if you hear this, shout out to you, Ronnie. You were day one too. CISO at CISO Good Bad Flicks is a great channel. Okay, yeah. I would definitely subscribe to him. Subscribe to CISO Good Bad Flicks. I would definitely subscribe to him. I would check him out too. Like, you know what? Don't get me wrong. I subscribe to like the higher channels, but do they pay attention to us? I don't think they do. I don't think they do. They just go on about their business. You know what I mean? It's like, here's the thing. If I had like 10,000 subscribers and if I was big, I mean, I'll still give shout outs to, people who have like 200 and 300 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I mean, that's what you gotta do. Don't just shout out to the ones that, oh, you got like 1,000 subscribers. Okay, you get a shout out. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, like that's just not me right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I don't know. It's just to me personally, like I don't really. If I was, I don't care if I have 50,000 subscribers. You know what I mean? It's like people. It's been rocking since day one. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give CISO Good Bad Flicks. I'm gonna subscribe to him. So I think, yeah, I'll subscribe to him. So when I get off of here, take a look at it, and coming from you, Nate, I believe you. You know what I'm saying? And there's some of those who's like thinking they all high and mighty and stuff. And it's like, yeah, and you know me, I speak my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like I speak my mind either way. But um, like I said, like I don't care if I have 10,000 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? I know who my day one is. You know what I'm saying? I know who my loyal people is, and it's like, oh, I'm still gonna bring you. I'm still gonna bring people on. Oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not. No, I'm not like that. I'm not like, well, oh, Well, you got 200 some odd subscribers. I can't bring you on because that's going to fuck up my reputation. No, no, I don't care if you got 50 subscribers. You still coming on my channel chopping it up. I really don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? It's not about a race. It's not a race right now. It's just the point is everybody's trying to make it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to, everybody, this is a hobby. It's not just a hobby. It's just something that people love to do. You know what I'm saying? People love to do this stuff. And we gotta all stick together. You know what I'm saying? It's like people have their little cliques. Me personally, I have mine. I have my cliques. Like I said, I mean, I got up to 200 subscribers within a month. You know what I'm saying? And that's saying something. And that means people are watching. People are watching my channel. I try to create more content. That's why I've been doing like news channels or news videos of celebrities, and I'm trying to do something different, besides doing the same stuff over and over and over. You know what I'm saying? I want to do something different. I want to delve into more music. So I want to definitely delve into more music. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things. Cecil has been on YouTube for about 10 years. Oh wow, that's a long time. And you know what? And I've been doing this for about 2 years. You know what I mean? In 2 years I had like 1,1300 before my channel got fucked. You know what I'm saying? Like doing it for 10 years, that's loyalty. You know what I mean? And that's how long Reg was doing it too. He's been doing it for about 10 plus years too. That's loyalty. That is fast. I admire people like that. You know what I'm saying? So I will be right back. I'm going to take a brief break real quick. I will be right back, y'all. I am back, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what? People been doing it for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like people have been doing this stuff for a while. You know what I mean? And you know what? That's what I love about. I love the authenticity. You know what I'm saying? Now, for example, CISO 100,000 subscribers. And he's been doing it for 10 years. That's accurate. But if you've been doing it for 3 years and you get 10 that much, I kind of don't believe it because it's like, well, how did you do it? How did you do that? You know what I mean? And it's almost like it's if you buying your subscribers. Okay, that's their prerogative, but he has studied. Wow, he has 339K. Wow, he's getting paid then. Have to be. And yeah, you could get paid. You could be monetized. You know what I'm saying? You could definitely be monetized. But since he's been doing it 10 plus years, that's accurate. But when I see these other people, oh, they've been doing it for 3 and they are already at that. And it's like, how? Cause some I feel like some of them they buy their subscribers. You know what I'm saying? Instead of doing the work, they just buy them. I mean, which that's a good way to boost, but then at the same token, that comes to show you. And I'm not saying that they're fake or anything like that, but at the same time, it's like, well, you know what I'm saying? 892 video. Yeah, see, that's accurate. You know what I mean? And it's like, now, granted, sometimes your shorts can give you your shorts now. If you create a lot of shorts, it can give you subscribers like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I posted a short of my cat and it gave me subscribers like crazy. Excuse me. I posted Best Buy and it gave me subscribers like crazy. And it's like I got over hundreds. You know what I mean? I mean, it could be done. It just depends. It depends on like what you put out. You know what I'm saying? It do. But when you put out 892 videos on a channel and you've been on there since 2006, like that is accurate. That is accurate to me. And I admire people who put in that hard work. Like the CISO guy that you're talking about, Nate, I admire him already. And I don't know who he is. I admire him because that makes me want to put out more content. That makes me want to do more. And that's why I want to do more. That's why I want to do this whole Thanksgiving thing. That's why I want to put out celebrity news. That's why I want to do Best Buy videos. That's why I want to do like out and about. You know what I mean? Like I believe December 9th, if I'm not mistaken, which that's 2 weeks from Thursday. I'm putting out if it's going to happen. I'm putting out. I'm going to Ohio. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to Ohio and I'm putting out I'm filming. I'm filming in certain places. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do that because that's something that I want to do. That's something I should do. You know what I'm saying? So, it helps me out. But I will say this. I would not with for me having anxiety, depression, honestly, I would not be doing this. And I'm gonna tell you who kind of influenced me, and they don't know this. Reg and Try kind of influenced me to make my own live streams. You know what I mean? I already had my own YouTube channel, but I never put anything on there. They're the ones who kind of made me, kind of influenced me. Well, I was like, well, wait a minute. What if I share my love for movies? You know what I'm saying? What if I do that? And if I do that, I can try. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of influenced me to do that. And that's where the influence comes from. And yes, Nathan, you're right. Nate, you're right. That channel is excellent. Yes, I watch it all the time. I do collaborations and, when it comes to certain things. Now, I don't really collaborate with albums with them like that, with the exception of a couple of them. A couple of them I did. A couple of them I did. And I tried it. And, it was a success. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not really much of a hip hop head. I can't proclaim myself as a hip hop head. I could proclaim myself as a movie head, of course. I mean, I'm movies all day, but hip hop and like artists and stuff, that's their forte. I can't take that away from them. But what I could easily say is that honestly, they have more knowledge in music than I ever would. I mean, if I was to do music, if I was to do like a music review, it'll be somebody that not a lot of people will hear of. You know what I'm saying? Or people that they heard of. You know, I'll come up with a random album I like. You know what I'm saying? So it's just all depends. I don't know. It's like I don't proclaim my would I ever be a hip hop? Not really. Cause honestly, I haven't listened to a lot of stuff I haven't listened to. There's a lot of things I haven't listened to. I mean, I haven't listened to many albums. Not too many albums I would listen to. But have I listened to songs? Sure. You know what I mean? Like, for example, Michael Jackson, have I listened to that whole Thriller album? Maybe not. I've listened to a few songs from there. That's probably about it. Prince, I had, at one point, I had maybe one or two Prince albums. I had the greatest hits by Prince. You know what I mean? I had two CD, two disc um, greatest hits by Prince. You know, I had that. You know, now I'm starting to delve into more like albums. Like I do have vinyls. You know what I'm saying? I have that. So I'll delve into that. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain things. It's like, well, I can't proclaim myself as a hip hop head because I'd be lying if I say, oh, I know more than they do. I'd be lying, but I don't. So sometimes when I go on their channel, when I go on Veg and Try's channel, I learn more stuff, and it's stuff that I forgot. I forgot. I actually like this song. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, me, I always stick to movies because that's why I know. I stick to movies, but every once in a while I'll delve into music. If it's music on other people's channels, I'll delve into that. I'll listen to the album. Fine. Give me an album to listen to, I'll listen to it. You know what I'm saying? Give me a movie to watch, I'll watch it. So, that's just me. So, all right. So, here's one of the few things that's coming up on this channel. Um, let's see. Stephanie Mills, I have not forgotten. Um, Stephanie Mills. If I Were Your Woman. Um, album from 1987. That's definitely coming up. That is coming up. I haven't forgotten. It's just I've been dealing with family situation and like personal things in my life and stuff like that, so I haven't forgotten that one. So that is I promise you that's definitely coming up. Um, Sam, I hope you're hearing this because Once Upon a Time in America, that is coming up too. That's a 4 hour long fucking movie. And next time you're gonna ask me to do something like that, you are gonna be donating to the channel, my friend. And that's another thing. From now on, if you guys want me to like any movie that you want me to review or whatever, from now on, I'm accepting donations. That's it. I'm accepting donations. So any movie review, I would be glad to do it, but it comes with a donation. If it's not in my definite plans, donate. I don't care how much you donate. Um, Once Upon a Time is coming up. That's gonna be towards the end of this year. Um, what else? Plenty of Best Buy out and about. I might do one tomorrow, maybe. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know yet. If it's not tomorrow, it'll definitely be the weekend. So expect a Best Buy video coming out this week. What else I got? Switch over to that ain't rap podcast. Saturday night, me and Try we're going to review Survivor Series and War Games. So we're definitely gonna review that this Saturday. Sunday, um, y'all going to Rashawn Butler's channel, and we're going to review. We have a triple album actually review. Two of them I know it's gonna be Billy Joe. I know that's two of them that's coming up. Um, and then that's probably gonna be about it for right now. If I have any more celebrity news that's worth mentioning, then I'll definitely mention that and stuff like that. That'll definitely come on. Um, that's pretty much about it. Pretty much. So that's it for right now. So I'm gonna stay on here for about another minute. So if you guys have any questions, comments, and stuff like that, please feel free to ask. And if not, well, you guys don't. And I know dinner is probably served right about now. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what I'm having for dinner actually. Well, because here's the thing. I'm celebrating. I'm having a Friendsgiving thing tomorrow, so I'm gonna have plenty of food tomorrow to go around. And one of my friends is cooking cheesy potatoes, which my mouth is watering right now. Oh my god! Like she said, she's making a double batch. As soon as she says she's making a double batch, I'm like, oh my god. Oh my god! Oh my god! Yep, I'm keeping this. I'm keeping this. I'm sorry. Like her cheesy potatoes is so freaking good. So freaking good. I don't know how she does it. It's like teach me the recipe, please. Just teach me the recipe. My mouth is like watering right now. So, all right. So I'm gonna get off here, and I'm going to subscribe to Good Bad Flicks. I'm definitely gonna subscribe to that. Shout out to Nathan for giving a shout out to CISO. So Good Bad Flicks, I'm gonna definitely subscribe to that. So with that being said, yeah, it's been a blast chilling with you too, brother. With that being said, I hope you guys have a good Thanksgiving, and hopefully you don't gobble 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 too much. But if you gobble 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 gobble, you overeat. Hey, that's the day to overeat. So, with that being said, you guys have a great night, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.